Hi, this is Guy with Colin Head again. Probably don't look much different from last time when you saw me, depending on what order these videos are published and what order you watch them on. Anyways, this is my cat again. Recognize her a lot. We'll see how often she keeps showing up in these videos. And yes, today I am, reviewing Moonlight episode season 6, and that is BC. I don't know why it's called that. The plot relates to a new drug on the market called black crystal, and Josh investigates it and does a trace of what all's in the drug. He notices that there's nothing illegal in the drug, but that doesn't make it a good drug. There's a new club called Club Valis that's open up, and basically we see Beth at the beginning doing a photo shoot with a woman named... Who is the woman? Let me check. Renee. The woman's Renee, and she's a human woman. Beth does a photo shoot on her, but then Renee winds up overdosing from the black crystal, which kills her. And basically, there was a vampire boyfriend who had given her this drug. This drug apparently gives humans the high of being a vampire, but as Mick would point out, none of the lows, because Mick wants to hold on to his human side and not forget what it's like to be human. He wants to really keep that a part of him, and he knows there's lots of lows, such as not being able to eat anything and only being able to drink blood, and that would suck. No, shouldn't do sideways smiles, I'll lose my cow. Anyways, Mick learns from Joseph that Lola is in town, and this is an on-again, off-again girlfriend of Joseph, and we learn that basically, well, first Joseph says that Lola stole $1 million from him, but then we learned that he had given her the money, it wasn't stolen, and he still wants it back. Lola appears to be dealing with silver, because when I'm looking through the morgue, Mick finds a body with a different medical examiner, I guess. Whatever actor normally does the main medical examinations on this show wasn't available, because apparently just by doing some poker game he had to cover shifts, or was able to do shifts. It seemed like a strange explanation, but this guest medical examiner, also a vampire, just not one we ever see again. He explains that there was basically overkill of this vampire, because they drained him all his blood and dosed him with silver, which is like a paralysis for a vampire, and can be used as like a poison too, and possibly to make it seem like it's not vampire on vampire violence, or maybe it is. I'd have to check again. Basically, the silver is being used a lot. They think Lola's doing this to her own kind, but they don't know why, but they're pretty sure it relates to the new drug, the black crystal. The reason you'd use silver is to paralyze a vampire without leaving a blood trail, as opposed to using stakes, like in the heart, because that would apparently leave a blood trail. Stake in the heart, and you're to blame. But silver all over you wouldn't be either good either, probably not even to a human, but I don't know what effects it does. I'd have to ask someone who would know and be like, I swear it's just television curiosity. I'm the good type of sitting around thinking about crimes person, like they talk about in the opening of Castle, not the criminal kind who wants to actually do this to people. I just want to write about fictional characters who it happened to. Of course, I don't know if I'll ever actually be a writer, but hey, maybe I could be a YouTuber and that would be nice too. Hoping I can do a video a month, although I should be doing way more than that. Video a week makes more sense, but like I said, we'll see what happens, and we hope I can do more. Although I don't know if I'll ever monetize this channel. I'm getting distracted, really. I ramble a lot. Like, really ramble. It's weird. Back to the episode. Beth wants to get into a VIP place, but then is not able to because she needs a microchip. She's then able to take the microchip from Renee and put it in herself, but then she's basically found out, even though they let her pass, because the microchip reads Renee and not Beth. She still talks to Lola, and this is where Beth gets the black crystal, but we don't know. Basically, Beth's able to keep it, even though Josh raids the place with other police, and he sees Beth there and with Mick, which he's, needless to say, is upset by, because who wouldn't be if you keep seeing your girlfriend with some guy who seems like just suspicious at times. And he does have reasons to be suspicious, even though that's ultimately a good person. That doesn't mean he's not without secrets or his shadowy side. And anyways, there's a doorman at the club that Josh gets, basically the doorman is arrested. So Josh interviews him. The doorman wants immunity in order to testify about Lola, but Josh is too smart to just be like, no, I'm not doing this, and how about you wear a wire and talk to her? And also during this episode, sometimes before a lot of these things, that basically Beth takes the black crystal and her reflection talks to her, even though I thought vampires couldn't do reflections or something like that. I forget what the rules are. It doesn't always make sense or is consistent. The rules are whatever you want them to be, typically, with vampires. Whether they make sense or not. Maybe you can avoid sunlight just by wearing a magical ring, you know? Oh wait, there's no ring. But you get the point. What do you think, Kat? Do you think anything about that? Anyways, Beth takes the black crystal, goes to Mick's place, having walked the whole way there, And then Beth is in the shower but with her clothes on and begs Mick to turn her. The next day, Beth is wearing one of Mick's shirts because her clothes were wet, needless to say. And she feels more normal since the drug wore off. And so, I don't know if I should talk over that clock. I think I will instead of pausing it. Basically, Beth talks, Beth is able to learn of the raid, so she tells Mick in advance of it. Because, yeah, they're planning to raid the factory where Lola's stuff is at. She tells Mick about it in case there's something there that she can't see the cops. You have to take her out first, so that's what he does. He goes to the factory, takes out some of the henchmen there, and Lola herself follows into a vat of silver. She screams there, but then she's not able to escape. Mick torches the place and it explodes. He's not able to save any of the paralyzed vampires because he thinks due to all the silver in their body that they're pretty much dead anyways and can't be saved. And when Josh learns what happens, he thinks that Lola was just covering up her tracks, but Beth tells him kind of ominously he won't have to worry about her again, which is like, how would you know that? But, how would you? But basically, he thinks that'll be okay in the end, or maybe he doesn't, but, Beth is also shown as keeping the black crystal. It's never seen or heard from again. We don't know what happens to it. It might have been important whether season 2 or other episodes. Like I said, we don't know because it never shows up again. And I think that's about it. Let me just check one last time. Sorry for all these pauses. I don't think there's much else that I missed. Lola did kill her henchman who had dated Renee and wants to change locations as a result, but this never ends up happening. Beth still has the story, and she knows more than she can reveal because of all the stuff that's going on. And basically, that's about it for this episode. I don't think Dark Crystal is ever important again, as all the stuff is confiscated except for Beth's small supply. And that's all, so I will see you back some other time. Bye.